guys, welcome back. I hope you are doing well. Obviously, I am not in my little jam shed today. I'm at casino. So most of you probably watch the casino channel. A lot of you probably came from there. By the way, thank you if you have come from casino and subscribed. I appreciate it greatly. So today, I actually they're a few days apart, this video from the last one, but we had a 63 Strat come through the shop. That's one of the perks of hanging out at casino guitars is I get to see really cool vintage instruments sometimes, and occasionally play them and have a little fun. So we had a 63 Strat come through in really fantastic shape. Even the frets were in great shape. I mean, it looked like a sort of a, if I was going to compare it to a custom shop sort of aging chart, it was like closet classic, like a little bit of checking. That's about it. Few little wear spots, but you know, definitely not a heavy relic. It's definitely been taken care of. I believe the owner sort of basically literally found it under a relative's bed, and it was just kind of hanging out there in the original case. All original, really great shape. So it was fun to play. It was cool to feel. It actually played great for a vintage Strat. It was a little tricky to play. The frets were pretty small. 7 1/4 radius, obviously. And, you know, if you dug in, you'd come off the neck on the high or low E strings if you weren't careful. So you had to kind of be careful how you bent, how you grabbed it, and being used to sort of, you know, modern necks and bigger frets. Sometimes it's easy to do that if you're heavy-handed. But it was cool to compare that to my custom shop Strat. So that was a 63 Strat. My custom shop is supposed to be a 62. If you guys watch, you know, this channel at all, you've seen me. I did a couple talk throughs of my guitars. I did one on this particular guitar. So I just thought it would be cool to play similar things on this one and to really see how they stacked up. Now, I have said before, from a player's perspective, we're not talking about collecting it or reselling or any of those things, but just from playing that, and you guys, I may get sort of yelled angry comments after this. I think in my brain, as of right now, I would rather play most of the custom shops that I've played as opposed to their vintage counterparts. I think the custom shops play and feel better. Maybe they don't always sound better, but I think they feel better. And it's sort of my hypothesis that how a guitar feels has a ton to do with how you sound on it because of your comfort level and the things you pull off and the things you do. It's tricky when you're playing a guitar and you're thinking, oh God, I can't hit the low E string very hard because I'm going to come off the fretboard. Now, I'm sure if you had that vintage instrument and you lived with it and you played it all the time, you'd get used to it. And obviously some of the iconic stuff we loved was played on those vintage instruments. That's why they're iconic. You know, that's what, you know, maybe a Hendrix is playing, or you know, even when you hear Eric Johnson on vintage Strats, and it's that stuff. Now, if you were going to take a 63 Strat like that, if I was going to take it and it was going to be my main player, I think I'd have it refretted with maybe slightly larger frets, and you know, do some setup things that maybe would account for all those things, and then maybe the sort of the mojo, maybe it makes up for it. But I just want so playing the same things on that guitar. And then on my custom shop, I think my hypothesis so far, with very limited playing time on the 63 and obviously lots of playing time on my guitar, from a purely player perspective, I think I'd rather have my custom shop to play. Now again, if you're talking about an investment or just the cool factor or the wow factor, obviously the 63 is great. If anybody out there wants to give me a 63 Strat, that is totally fine. I will take it. But from just playing, I have to play this as a tool. I think the custom shop maybe wins. Now, I will say the 63, and there was a 64 that we had in the shop. It's probably been a year and a half, a couple years ago at this point. There is something great to the sound. Like, they managed to have the strattiness without the harshness. And I don't know if that has to do with sort of the aging of the magnets and the pickups, or what. I'm sure some of you probably have ideas about that out there, so let me know in the comments if you do. But I just don't know that it makes up for the feel of the guitars that are being made now, especially by like the custom shop or companies like Shure or Tom Anderson or some of these other fantastic boutique makers that are making vintage style instruments. So really, this is just to start the conversation. My mind might change as time goes on and I get to play more cool vintage things. And not every vintage guitar is created equal. This one was a great one, and as vintage guitars with nothing done to them goes, it was really easy to play. Still harder than this thing. So let me know what you think. It'd be cool to just start a conversation in the comments. Maybe I'll do some more videos on this in the future as I get my hands on more, vintage things, especially things that are supposed to be comparable to sort of the guitars that I have currently. So let me know what you think. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if you agree. Or maybe it just gets you thinking about it. And again, player's perspective as a tool, not as an investment or just the mojo cool wow factor. So I think that's all I got. I'll see you guys later this week. New jam/lesson video coming out. Lots of new lesson videos come out. Actually, you guys are coming out. You guys have given me some great suggestions, so I'll be making those and shooting them. And we'll see how they go. So thanks again for subscribing. If you haven't yet, hit subscribe, hit the like button. That helps me a ton, and hit the bell so you don't miss videos in the future. Also, don't forget to check out the Casino Guitars videos and Fret Buzz every Saturday. Thanks again. See you guys next time.